Hello, this is Mando Deck Tech, and my name is Trevor, and we're back with another deck today. Today we're going to be taking a look at a blue Han deck that I've been toying around with. Originally when I came up with this, I was like, hey, I want to see the new Han Solo, which is really cool, and the new Chewbacca, who I think is grossly underrepresented in the current meta. I think he's really good. Let's get those two guys together. And the more I started playing around with this, I realized that this deck's pretty good. I'm actually beating a lot of highly competitive decks with it. I've been toying around with the numbers, coming up with the different strategies. I don't think this is a perfect list, but I think it's a really good shell that we can kind of start working with and kind of discover where this deck can go. So where I've got it right now is, just so if you don't know, Han Solo, the new one, and what his leader ability is you can play a unit from your hand. It costs 1 less, deal 2 damage to it. And in this deck, I'm using it to either flood the board with little guys, but I can also transition and play really like undercosted big guys. So it allows you to get to your bigger game earlier, which is really, really powerful when you're mixing in some of the effects that we see with the hero vigilance characters. So one of the things I want to do first, this is the deck. If you're just here for the deck, take a screenshot, go for it. But now let's kind of move into a key component of the idea of the deck. Yes, we like Chewbacca. He's come in at the end, so he kind of attach him at the end game. But what I like here is we can go from Rey, Obi-Wan, Luke Skywalker, and we can all do it a turn earlier. Instead of 5, 6, 7, we're talking about doing it on 4, 5, 6. Getting Rey out on turn 4 is extremely powerful in my opinion. I like her as a 5, 4, 7 that can tap. When she attacks, she heals. That's a cool ability. But getting her on turn 4 as a 4/5 that has damage on her, then when she attacks, she clears her own damage, is extremely strong. Then having like Obi-Wan come in right directly after that, and then dropping Luke is just it's a wonderful peal of events that can happen. You've also got Poe Dameron in this deck as well as Wrecker, so you can kind of go with this Force build up, which you can also mix in, the utility of Poe Dameron or just the ridiculous removal that you get with Wrecker. So I like this stat line as we're kind of moving up into the deck. Now turn 1 and 2 is very interesting. I don't always use Han Solo's ability on turn 1 unless I've got Cassian Andor, because then I can use his ability to get Cassian instead of a 3/5. I can pay 1 less, put 2 damage on him. He comes in as a 3/5 with 2 damage. You've basically got a Battlefield Marine at this point. I prefer to do like an A-Wing, an Arc 170, Sabine Wren, get this unit out. And then on turn 2, I can do some pretty fun stuff. Let's say on turn 1, I played Cassian Andor. So I've got the 3/3 in play. And then the next turn, when I have 3 resources, I could go A-Wing and then use Han's ability to do 2 damage and put a restored arc in play as well. So now I can like rush space if I want to, if I see that lane is open. So there's a lot of ways that you can go here. You can either ramp up into like a K2SO on turn 2, or you can go wide and spread and do like a weenie rush, which is really effective against certain decks. I like the versatility and the different attack plans that you can have based off of what you see your opponents doing. Now, turn 3 and 4 is when we're going to start transitioning. Like I said, we can do the K2SO early, or we can put Yoda down on the second turn, and I can actually use Han's ability. So when he comes in on turn 2, instead of a 2/2, he's got 2 damage on him. But I've got that extra open so where I can do a force throw if I need to. I really like second turn Yoda force throw. It can really just wreck your opponent, their game plan pretty early by getting force throw active so early. Also, I like K2SO on the second turn, and then as we transition up to Poe Dameron as well. So that's kind of some of the lines as you go through the first couple of turns of the game. So we're going to go back to the deck and kind of see where we go from there. From there, we've got Carabas, which looks really good with Han's ability. Having damaged units is a good thing. You can use Carabas to do a lot of damage for cheap. I like cheap removal in this deck because you always seem to have extra 1 or 2 resources because you're using Han's ability to cheat guys out. And a lot of turns you may have an extra resource. So force throw, Carabas, those types of things are really, really strong. To fill out space, you've got Restored Arc, you've got Green A-Wing, Concord Dawn Interceptor. That may be something else down the road, but with the popularity of Tarkin Space, which I love that deck, I did a video on it. Also, we're seeing the Admiral Fett deck. We're seeing a lot of rush space decks right now. I think Concord Dawn Interceptor is a really good spot to put in right now. And then Fallen Out, you can get Redemption at the back end, at the very top end, but still, you gotta think you can put Redemption in on turn 7 instead of turn 8. And it's still extremely effective. And of course, We've got the Luke Skywalker Chewbacca going into Crate Dragon. All of that is really good. So we're strong early. We curve out really well. We've got a lot of ability to cheat certain cards in early. And the thing that I like about this deck too, is the sideboard. There's some pretty cool things you can do it where you can almost like transition this entire deck into a different form after sideboard. So one of the things I like to do with this deck is to put pillage into the deck against like heavy control decks. I might side out your Carabas, put in pillage. And then you've got the ability to really wreck the hand. Now you've got the force throw, K2SO's discard, and pillage, something we see in the red Ray deck. You can kind of transition to that attack plan if you're going up against Palpatine or something like that. Fell the Dragon also for those big decks. Vigilance is also good in those, the mirror matches where you're going against like double blue Iden. Make an opening, really good against, aggro decks, particularly any deck that's running the Lurking TIE Phantom. It's one of the few cards out there that can actually wreck it. So that's kind of where the sideboard is. Changes I might make to the deck. I can see Sabine Wren coming out. There is a Wookiee that I forget what his name is, the Wosher or something or another, where he's a Grit. You could play him instead. Get your Carabast open a little earlier. I just like Sabine. So I can see you kind of going either way with that. So that's where the deck is right now. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go play a couple of games in Carabast. You can kind of see how the play lines up. And then with this, very early in testing this deck, but it's a really good shell that I think we can build off of. So if you have any ideas, please leave comments, message. I'd love to kind of talk back and forth to kind of see where this deck can go. But for now, let's head over to Carabast and see how it rolls. Okay, we're going to have an absolute death match here between Han Solo and Chewbacca. Don't want to take a mulligan here. Dude, I get an early Yoda with force throws. Nah. Do we get greedy and do double force throw with Yoda? I think we do. We're going to be able to attack the hand pretty quick here. We're going to go ahead and get the arc out. Claimed initiative. That's good. That means we won't have anything attacking into the Yoda play here. I'm going after hand destruction. I think we're going to have a hand destruction play with the way this is kind of rolling out. The Falcon. Whoa. Man, watch this. We're going to go cheap on the Yoda. Falcon's going to come kill the arc. I'm going to force throw my opponent, and hopefully he doesn't have a 1-drop in his hand. Boom! Alright, so we just used force throw. He discarded takedown to get rid of his own Falcon. Now Yoda is hurt, so there's that. But we're about to follow up here with a K2SO. We do have another 2-4. He's going to have grit. Let's force throw my opponent again. What's he discarding? We just need him to drop 2 so I can run Yoda into it. That's a gentle giant. There we go. Right. The force throw is absolutely wrecking house. Here comes K2. So cheating out this Yoda has really paid out. I got double force throw off of it. And now the lines are just set up just beautifully. I can deploy, bring him out. I'm fine with this. And then watch this. We're going to use his ability. We're going to cheat out Obi-Wan Kenobi. And I'm going to, got no problems running K2SO into him. We're going to make him discard. We're just going to crush the hand. Discarded Chewbacca. Now Chewbacca can attack. Let's see if he attacks Obi-Wan Kenobi. Nothing happens. And then I'm about to run Yoda over into Chewbacca. There we go. Drew a Poe Dameron. Attack base. Pass. Oh man, look at this. Luke, Poe. It's gonna be a hard day for Chewbacca. Spark of Rebellion gets rid of my Poe. That's fine. Here comes Obi-Wan Kenobi. He plays a tech. We're going to play Luke Skywalker, make tech small. Tech's got to go. I love being able to cheat out Luke Skywalker on turn 6. Pitch Cassian, which is always good because he can come back later untapped. This is our big Chewbacca turn. There he is. What a Wookiee. Throw Luke into him. Alright, now this is a very mad Wookiee at this point. He's got 8 attack. He's got the other Chewbacca. Man, there's so many just awful things I can do to him here. But what the best thing I think is going to be this. We're going to put the experience on Luke. That's going to draw me a card. Then we can attack into Chewbacca, which is fine. Chewbacca's going to kill him, which is fine. We're going to get out an arc. We're going to go get Cassian. We're going to attack with Cassian. We're going to pass. This now, look at this. Now we've got the Chewbacca. We've got Obi. That's game over. Oh, man. Not a top meta match that you'll see, but it was cool to see the lines come out and show how good this Han deck can be when you're cheating out Luke Skywalker on turn 6. It's really, really good. Alright, let's try one more. Alright, we're going to test the metal of the Han deck going against Han Green, which we know is a very solid deck. So let's see if Han Blue can stand up to Han Green. ECL Han is extremely good. So we're going to put Cassian away and also the Concord Dawn. I'm not really worried about a space rush with Han Green. Could be wrong. It could be a massive mistake. That's not something I've seen yet. But I do like A-Wing into Yoda against that deck. A-Wing Ketsu, claim. Alright. Now comes the interesting part. We could go Arc, cheat out the Arc, and then Karabast is online. I could just say, don't care, let's go out with Yoda. You know, I like the idea of Arc Karabast, so we're going to pitch Yoda. Gives us a little bit of offense, and we can go ahead and clear something as well. Go ahead and attack for 3. I'm going to slow down and kind of see what he does first. In case if there's a better target for Karabast. If he cheats something out here, it could put me in range of something interesting. So this puts Karabast online for 3 right now. Battlefield Marine, that's good enough for me. Karabast targeting my guy. Kill Battlefield Marine. I just don't think the Saboteur really matters too much. Maybe I should have killed him instead. We'll see. The only person with... we don't do a whole lot of Sentinel in this deck. Let's see. I do have the Rey, Obi, Luke. So we're going to put Takedown just so we can kind of stay in the line of what we like to try to see. The Jedi lineup here. Okay. Attack for 2. Heal for 1 with the Arc. I don't want him to know what I'm doing quite yet. He's cheating out Poe Dameron. Attack for 3. And then I'm going to... Nope, sorry. Hit play. Here comes Rey. He's got an interesting play here. So what he can do here is he can attack with Poe, kill Rey, pitch a card, kill the Arc. It's a 2 for 2. If he doesn't do that immediately, I can get Luke, Obi-Wan out there and then have all kinds of fun. But this is what we're going to see. He's going to attack. He's going to kill Rey. We're going to trade Rey for a Poe. He's going to discard a card and shoot the Arc 170. I'm assuming that's what the play's going to be here. Shooting down the Arc. And okay, exactly like I thought. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to get out Mr. Obi-Wan Kenobi. If he does find a way to kill him here, then we've got a couple of tokens on the Green Squadron A-Wing, which we like. Here comes Han. Alright, I'll do my Han. I don't want to get the tokens on him before we deal with Ketsu, because Ketsu can come through, kill an experience token. In hindsight, I probably should have killed Ketsu over the Battlefield Marine. Half expecting an ECL Poe here or something. But he went ahead and did that. Alright, so we're going to attack his base for 3. I'm still holding off on the A-Wing, because if he kills him, then I get the tokens, but it didn't happen. He just attacked into him. I'm going to pass. He claimed. Very interesting. I guess he didn't have a clear line of something he wanted to do that turn. I really expected energy conversion. Here it comes. Energy conversion plan on Wrecker. So Wrecker can blow up a resource to kill one, and then he can ambush, kill the other. We're going to give the experience tokens to the A-Wing. It's a good play. Alright, choose an action. I can't cheat out Luke here, but I can Wrecker. and kill his Wrecker. And I think that's fair. He's going to try to go ahead and get some damage on Wrecker. Alright. Oh, Luke and Force Throw, Redemption, Arc. We're going to pitch an Arc. Timely Intervention. Oh, something's ambushing out. It's Ketsu. That kills Wrecker. Here comes Green Squadron A-Wing. Here comes a Battlefield Marine. Now we will cheat out Luke and kill the Battlefield Marine. I think I've got it. Yep, that was it. I was like, I think as soon as Luke hit the table, that was it. Alright, so hey, we took down the ECL version of the Han deck, so I think we did show that the blue deck it's got some staying power. It's interesting to see how this deck rolls out.